Welcome to Highly Questionable. Today we celebrate the triumphant return of Bomani Jones. What's on the show today, Bo?
Apparently LeBron and that voodoo doll with the pins and Steph Curry's ankle, he went for the knee this time.
Vamos, papi. Oh, you like that?
Yeah. What the hell should we make of Tom Brady's Deflategate suspension being reinstated?
I think this is really difficult to discuss intelligently when you've got judges and they can't agree. Given all the information, they can't agree on what the ruling should be here. So I would say to you this. You've got Tom Brady in a situation where he just renegotiated his contract in the offseason very smartly. What would have been a $2 million fine for a 4-game suspension is now about $200,000. He kind of knew this was coming, and in the event that it did come, he just kind of got one final middle finger at the league in there financially.
Yeah, what we should make of it is Tom Brady might be suspended for a quarter of the NFL season. Of course, there's a chance that the league will settle with Tom Brady, maybe at a lesser suspension to stop this from going on and on, because Tom Brady's the kind of rich where if there's a problem, he can keep going to court too. Rich people really like lawyers. Speaking of rich people, Roger Goodell, congratulations, because you've been the Washington Generals in the courthouse. Finally, you got yourself a W that you can really hold on to. The vintage cognac that is being popped in the fine cigar that he is smoking right now probably costs more than I'll make this year.
So Tom Brady is going to miss the first 4 games, huh? They're going to need another quarterback. Have an idea who is available now?
They already tried that.
Oh, no.
They already tried that.
Ooh. Who's he thinking of? Oh, that guy. Yes, that's different. I thought he was going Tebow as well. He is available.
He's got a new one in his arsenal. The show got so much better just that quickly.
Yes.
Peyton Manning,
Thank
buddy.
you. We got that already. You didn't really have to say it. It's somewhat redundant.
He was buffering. It just took him time to come around there.
Are the Warriors if Steph Curry is out for the rest of the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, and that one's pretty easy to answer. If you lose the best player in the NBA for the whole postseason, you're not going to win a championship. But we don't have to extend this far with Steph Curry and his MRI. If he misses a significant portion of a series against the Los Angeles Clippers, the Warriors could be in deep, deep trouble. So what we've got right now for the Warriors, they need to get out of the series that they're in, and the Clippers need to get out of the series they're in even faster to try to have their chance to play without Curry.
I'd go a step further on this. I think that they might be bleeped just with diminished Steph Curry, even if he does return and is a lesser Steph Curry, given that the difference between them and the Spurs is healthy Steph Curry. There's not a lot of difference between the top teams in that sport if I take out Steph Curry or make him a lesser Steph Curry. So you understand now why there was so much concern around that locker room and why Steph Curry himself was crying and why Steve Kerr sounded despondent. They know they can't win without this guy.
When Steve Curry was out, look, Walt did a hell of a job. He stepped in and he filled in. Maybe he should do the same thing now when Steph Curry's out. Maybe he should go and play. They take his place.
You wouldn't have wanted that when he was in the NBA.
Terrible idea.
You wouldn't have wanted that when he was at Arizona.
Terrible idea.
Should the Eagles even give a bleep that Sam Bradford wants to be traded?
A lot of cursing in the questions. The first 3 questions all have a curse word in them. No is the short answer to this. They fulfilled their contractual obligation to him, and it's their only obligation to him, to pay him what is contractually obligated. The thing that's going to happen here, though, I think, Bomani, is the desperation at quarterback is so much that somebody might actually trade for a couple of years and $35 million of Sam Bradford. If indeed they might give value for Sam Bradford, then Sam Bradford is going to be traded, but it's not going to be because of his wishes.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any leverage in this one. The only leverage that he's got is that they are implementing a new system in Philadelphia. Bradford is the best quarterback that they have, so you would think that they would want their best quarterback in there. The problem for Sam Bradford is they also gave a boatload of cash to Chase Daniel, who's already run this offense, but who is also part of why Sam Bradford is doing something that I can understand. He's set up to fail in Philadelphia. They're going to draft somebody to take the job of the guy who's there to be ready to take his job just in case that's necessary. I don't blame him for trying to find a new place to go, but ain't no place to go.
Doesn't he have to win something before he has to be traded?
He asked for $50 million before he had played an NFL game. Like, asking for things that his talent does not match up to has gotten Sam Bradford to the most desired place in sports. He's a legend at the bank.
I believe that Sam Bradford just walks into the gas station and says, I win the lotto, right? Just because I asked for it?
do you think Josh Norman really wants to be in Washington?
This is an interesting question here. The backstory is the following. Josh Norman reportedly called the GM of the Carolina Panthers and said, okay, I will take that franchise tag. I'm okay with taking that franchise tag. And the general manager of the Panthers said, sorry, your agent does your bidding. He does your representing. He speaks for you. You're gone. There is usually a little bit of buyer's remorse sometimes when you're leaving a solid, stable situation that is the only one you know where you were discovered, but $50 million guaranteed dollars will help soothe that in coming months, even if there's losing attached to it.
Yeah, but this is a weird story. A very important detail is that Norman offered to fire his agent and then get to try to keep the franchise tag that the Panthers had offered him. He got a nice paycheck to go to Washington, and that is what he should do. But man, is there any more tenuous situation than being a high-dollar free agent cornerback who's going to start his first season with Antonio Brown, Dez Bryant, and Odell Beckham? Son, you better cover, and you better cover soon, because if you get burned in those first 3 weeks for all that money, they're going to hate you like you got bad knees and box braids.
How will you remember the Byron Scott era?
Well, Byron Scott got fired. I don't think anybody's terribly shocked, and the Byron Scott era is the worst 2-year period in the history of the Los Angeles Lakers. That's not all Byron Scott's fault, but it's not Byron Scott's fault either. Here's what's crazy about this to me. There seems to be cause for optimism with the Lakers roster. We'll see what happens with that draft pick, but they've got a backcourt that could be your backcourt for a long time. They've got Julius Randle. They've got the potential to add pieces. They've got salary cap space. Why does none of this feel like it matters, though?
They lost 4 times for every time that they won a game under Byron Scott, and he's in this rare situation, Bomani, where he's tarnished the good work that he did in Los Angeles as a player with some of the bad work he's done as a coach. Isaiah Thomas, for example, is a Hall of Famer as a player, but when you think of him as an executive, he's someone that you might laugh at a little bit. I think the same is the truth for Byron Scott. He did a lot of glory day winning for the Lakers, and he soiled some of it by doing this job.
I will always remember him, never forget him, as the coach who discovered Marcelo Huertas.
Oh,
that's
okay,
my guy. That's
there
my
you
guy.
Have it. There
that's
you go.
the guy that gave him an opportunity to shine in the NBA.
The guy who dug up that treasure chest. Okay. What was that? Okay.
Coming up next on my son Stevie's show, we talk to Raja Bell.
Kobe had said that I wasn't hugged enough as a child, and so my mom kind of found him after the instance, and we had beaten them, and offered him a hug in the bowels of the Phoenix Arena, and so she really feels a part of that story. And
Hold on, after Game 7? After the Game 7?
Yeah, after Game 7.
Your mom read about Kobe after Game 7? Was like, do you need a? Your mom is gangster.
Joining us at the beach today is Raja Bell.
Played in the NBA for a decade. Who you got? You got the Suns, you got the Utah Jazz, you got the Sixers. Let's get to know Raj a little bit. Let's get him to tell some stories about the guys he played with. What do you remember, or what detail can you give us about the time you spent with Allen Iverson? Obviously, you guys went far with Allen Iverson. Anything particularly memorable about Allen beyond the court?
You know, I just remember he was the best teammate, or one of the best teammates I've ever had. When you were on his team and in his circle of people, he took care of you. He loved you, and he made you feel like you were a part of it. And so, you know, I enjoyed thoroughly my time with AI.
There are famous stories, though, about him, you know, because he was a little disorganized, you know, leaving $20,000 cash in the hotel room and then ending up in another city and it being left behind. Do you have a story in that realm that you remember about AI?
Not really leaving something behind, but I tell the story about my first road trip. I had just gotten to the Sixers on a 10-day, and I had got my first contract from San Antonio earlier in that year, and I bought a Lexus. It cost me about $42,000, and I was really proud, all right? I had the best car in my family, and I felt like I had done something. And I watched Allen Iverson win it, $42,000 or more, in a card game of Boo-Ray on the team plane, and he stuffed it into a pillowcase that he had taken from the hotel, and I just thought that was fantastic.
He took your dream car and put it in a pillowcase that he had taken. Why would you take a pillowcase from a hotel?
I don't know. I don't even know what was it. I just assumed that in the bottom of that, like, I always like to think that there were like jewels and rubies and like doubloons, all kind of stuff at the bottom of that pillowcase, but I never got to see in it.
Raja, in your career, when there were fights among teammates, were they mostly because of women or were they mostly because of gambling debt and cards? You got to pick one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with gambling debt and cards. Typically, there was enough gambling going on that somewhere along the line, someone was going to forget to pay. And we've had some combustible personalities on teams that I've been in. You know what? One in particular that I remember is Charles Oakley and what was his name? We played it together in Philadelphia. Tyrone Hill. And that festered over onto the court to the point where, you know, Ty would go get his position at the jump ball circle. Oak would come on the court and tell him it was his spot, and Ty would have to move over a little bit. So that was.
It went that far? Like, I mean, we slapped him about it, but he was moving him off his spot in the jump ball circle, and he was taking it?
That one got real ugly.
And so how does that work? How many people in your career, can you give me a number? How many people have you either seen or heard about Charles Oakley slapping? Give me a number.
Oh, seen or heard. Well, let's see. We got to try. 5. I think 5 is a good number of I've either seen or heard.
I think I had 3.
I didn't have 5.
I think I had 3.
You want to go through the 3, Bomani, or you don't want to
I can go through 2. Jeff McInnes, I think, was one of them, right? Okay. Jeff McInnes and Tyrone Hill.
Right.
Like, I think those are the 2.
Tyrone Hill. There are rumors of Barkley.
Oh, yeah, there was a Barkley one.
Barkley denies it at a players' union meeting, and there was a rumor of Lamar Odom as well, but I'm not sure if that one's true. Are those the guys you're thinking of, or no?
Well, look, I'm not going to deny or support those. There was another one in a Charlotte locker room. I will leave like that, but that is my thought.
Okay, there's another one in the Charlotte locker room.
So during the Kobe retirement celebration, were you touched in saying farewell, Kobe Bryant, after a great career? Oh, you still got a little bit of beef.
No beef with Kobe. I think he earned and deserved the farewell that he got. I thought that the 60 points on 50 shots was just perfect to finish off his career. The Mamba out, for a lot of reasons, I also thought was perfect. Just, you know, the fact that he refers to himself as the Mamba is just great to me. I still love that.
That was a series of backhanded compliments right
really,
there. Nothing but backhanded compliments.
Kobe and I are cool, but look, the reality is Kobe is Kobe. He said Mamba out. Like, that's just who he is.
Funny. It is.
He just made it sound so nice, you know?
It's a funny way. Going third-person nickname as punctuating the dismount Mamba out is funny. You're right.
It's perfect.
There's a lot of ego in that. Yes, perfect.
Right, yeah.
Perfect. You have in your house somewhere, right, the picture of the clothesline? The Kobe clothesline?
I do not have that up. Let's get that straight. My mom has that up somewhere in that house.
Your mom, okay. Your mom. You don't have it up. Mom
It's not
does.
in my house. It's not in my house.
Hold on. Did she put it in her house or did you put it in her house?
No, look, my mom, the funny thing is my mom found Kobe. Kobe had said that I wasn't hugged enough as a child, and so my mom kind of found him after the instance, and we had beaten them and offered him a hug in the bowels of the Phoenix Arena, and so she really feels a part of that story. And
hold on, after Game 7? After the Game 7?
Yeah, after Game 7.
Your mom read about Kobe after Game 7. Was like, do you need a? Your mom is gangster.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was. Look, I'm her baby, man. You don't mess with somebody's baby. That's it.
Let's go to a 3-shot here. Let's get my father involved here.
That is in the trash talking Hall of Fame. Mom rolled up like, you need a hug. Was that the one where he didn't shoot in the fourth quarter, in the second half?
Yeah, that was right.
Oh wow.
He wasn't in the mood to be talking to your mom. Go ahead, Puppy. What do you got for Raja?
Hey, Raya, in your career, what was the guy that you took most money when playing cards?
Most money playing cards. David Griffin, the GM of the Cleveland Cavaliers, terrible poker player.
Really?
Ooh.
No. Wow.
They should have called you for the background check when they gave him the gig.
That's good.
No,
Terrible GM too, eh?
Bobby, I didn't gamble a lot. I didn't gamble a lot. We used to play for like $100 a game, and Griff and I we were always at the table together. So I was a little shot at David Griffin. That's my man.
No, and my father got in his shot too. So good work by you. What does it mean doing there? Get out of there.
Well, my mistake. He's not the GM. LeBron is the GM.
Okay, another shot at Griffin. See you later, Raja. Good talking to you.
I
I don't know. Goodbye.
Bye.
Nice talking to you, Raja.
That's so confusing.
Big homie, better grow. Me and my woodies about to stroll up. I see the whoopers in the corner. They sneaking out the back door. He only want me when I'm not there. He better call Becky with the good hair. Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that let JC sleep on his couch last night. Do you question?
Oh, he's back in the house. Anyway, you give us topics and events and we question.
Do you question if Jermaine Marshall will ever live this down?
This is pretty bad, Bomani. You've got a yellow team. We go out to the Greek Basketball League, and look at this. The yellow team is down 2 here. Down 2, shoots the free throw, misses the free throw. White team, no, wrong basket, Bomani.
Oh,
yes, that's not good.
Ooh.
Buzzer beater at your basket to tie the game for the guys who were losing, even though you're not on their team.
By the way, his team is apparently sponsored by a casino. I mean, I'm not saying it was shenanigans. I'm just saying that's an unfortunate turn of events when somebody does something that looks like point shaving and you got a casino's name on your chest. Here's where I feel bad for the dude. Normally when we do these things on Do You Question, we're just like, do you question this team or do you question this one player? We put his name out there just so you would know who would do such a thing. Jermaine Marshall, a name you will never forget.
Ring! Ring!
Oh, yeah, of
ring!
course. Yeah, of course.
Hey, Juanito.
Yeah, now you
Boy,
know.
you really hit a homer. Excellent work. You know, a little bit obvious, but you know, I'm telling you, work. Keep up the good work, Juanito.
Okay, all right. Excellent work, Juanito.
Juanito, who just takes random phone calls about his illicit business. He'll never get caught like that.
It was a little obvious.
Do you question if this kid still deserves his diploma?
Going to a high school graduation already? Like, I mean, there's kids that's graduating already?
Yep. Let's see what we got. Oh, is someone going to just fall down? Oh, no. What just happened there? What? He dunked on the principal.
Oh, he doesn't just deserve a diploma. They need to name the school after him.
Really?
I'd also recommend get that diploma in your hand before you do that. Make sure it doesn't just have a white sheet of paper in there, because you're not getting the real paperwork after that.
You know, that was very weak defense on the part of the principal.
Yeah.
You know, he got to stand there and block that shot. You know, I mean, he got to be right there in that game. He just can't. That's it. You know, he ducked. The guy ducked. That principal is a bump, really.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how heated that principal was in that moment, though. Like, try that a second time and see how it goes.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard foul, a flagrant foul situation.
Time to play the game that is here. If you need someone to talk to, Beyoncé, call me. See or no?
You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not.
Tonight on NBC Sports Network, Game 7, Blackhawks and Blues.
Game 7, the answer is always yes, anytime, any place, any sport. Here is where the Blackhawks turn their season on the brink around. Game 5, double overtime. Your fan base is in terror, and Patrick Kane does Patrick Kane type things. That's a pretty good goal between everybody. That's 4 guys, 5 guys. See you later. Save our season. Nice work by Patrick Kane. Bomani, are you intrigued?
You're always such a winner. You get to explain the hockey videos as opposed to actually talking about the hockey. Interesting factoid for you, though, by the way. Did you know, under Joel Quenneville, the Blackhawks are 16-1 in Game 6s. In fact, that has nothing to do with Game 7. But what do you want from me?
15-1. Is that
15. See, I had it at 15.
I know,
he told
I
me
know,
16
I know,
before,
I
then
know,
I got
I know.
messed
Well,
up.
you exposed
Why don't
my-
I ever get to
you
just...
exposed me, and now I expose you
Why
back.
don't I ever get to just say, ooh, look, hockey?
All right, let's go to the real hockey expert here. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because the Blues, they have been waiting for this game all season long. You know, I'm telling you something. They got this Latino player there by the name of Vladimir Tarasenko. You know, he's a hell of a scorer. And Tarasenko, you know what cinco means? Means 5.
Yeah, it does. I think he just spit all over himself.
Okay, now what? Right? Like 5.
Cinco does mean 5. He's also not Hispanic.
On Sportsnet LA, Marlins and Dodgers.
The season just started 4 minutes ago. The Marlins are 7.5 games back. How does that even happen? I don't even understand. Let's watch Yasiel Puig doing Yasiel Puig type thing. Watch this, Bobby. You're going to like this.
This is the full experience, by the way.
Yeah, it's all of it right there. All right, go ahead and try and take third base. I dare you. Okay, that's 6 inches off the bag from out there. How far is that, Bomani? That's 360 feet?
310.
Oh, man. You got to be kidding me. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I don't give a damn if he's any good at baseball or not, right? I don't care how much power he ever hits for. If he does that 3 3 times a year. That's worth $10 million.
Wait, I think that's imprudent spending, but okay.
It ain't my money.
I know. Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Everybody's talking about these matchups in these two teams. But I'm telling you something. Don Mattingly is back in LA, and he was giving those exit papers in LA. He got fired, and he's on a mission now. I think that he's going for a sweep of the Marlins, of the Dodgers.
Right, but it might work out his way.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Same time tomorrow. See you then.
Gracias. See you mañana.
It's good to have you back.
Oh.
I got you again.
Oh,
What you mean again? You never got me the first time. They know again. Let's be clear about that. You ain't gonna get me like that again either. Last time I teach you how to dap somebody up. That's why you don't teach old people how to give dap. They turn it against you after a point.